A thief is on the loose in Alaska.
Driver, put your hands in the air!
And troopers are taking no chances.
Step out of the vehicle, face away from me. Put your hands in the air! Do you understand me? Turn around. Get down.
This is not a good situation.
Fall flooding swallows South Central Alaska.
You all right?
Could be a 10-foot drop right there. We have no idea if the road is washed out.
Scrambling troopers to save everything in its path.
Wow. If there is somebody in there, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, stand by.
And when a Marine sniper barricades himself inside his home, troopers brace for a showdown.
The subject's indicating that he's not going anywhere without a fight.
It's a frigid fall night in Fairbanks, Alaska.
1-831.
Good.
Where troopers are on the hunt for a suspect in a stolen car.
The victim is calling in saying he took the vehicle, drove southbound on the Steese Highway. He was possibly intoxicated.
The suspect is revoked 1096.
The suspect has had run-ins with the law before, and Trooper Hayes knows he may not go willingly.
He has a revoked driver's license, and he's being reported as being intoxicated as well. We'll have a bunch of the other troopers and Fairbanks police out on the lookout. It just multiplies the amount of eyes that we have out there looking for this guy.
Suddenly, they catch a break. Another trooper spots the vehicle parked at a bar.
10-4, I'm 19 your way. We're located over at Locals Dance Club. It's occupied by 2 people, so we definitely want to get there and get him another officer. This is going to be a felony stop where we take him out of the vehicle at gunpoint.
Driver, put your hands in the air! Roll down the window! Roll down the window! Step out of the vehicle! Step out of the vehicle! Face away from me! Face away from me! Back up! Keep on coming back! Keep on coming back! When you clear that car, take a step to your left. Stop right there. Get down on one knee. Do not move, you understand me? Do you understand me?
Yeah?
Yeah, I understand you.
Drop your cigarette.
Oh my God, why are you coming on us?
Stay right here, don't move. Have a seat.
But there's still another passenger inside the car.
Passenger, stop moving! Get out of the vehicle! Step out of the vehicle!
You want to move up one?
Step out of the vehicle! Face away from me. Turn around. Whoa. Stay right here. Do not move. Do not move, okay? You need to listen to us, okay?
I got out the vehicle. You mean reach in your pockets? You told the driver
No, we didn't tell you to reach in your pockets and do everything else, okay? The passenger immediately went for his pockets. We have no idea what's going on with that. There could have been a firearm in there and the guy was grabbing it because he didn't want to go to jail. I've had guys pull out knives on me when they look like they're just, average Joe. You never really know.
Hayes interviews the driver.
All right, man. Do you realize that this vehicle is stolen?
It's not stolen.
We're not here for no reason, man. The registered owner called it in as stolen.
The driver claims he was fixing the vehicle for the owner.
I fixed the rear brakes on it.
My concern is not the brakes, man. My concern is you're in possession of a stolen vehicle right now.
It's not stolen. Are you serious?
Okay.
In the Subaru.
Have a seat in here, okay?
I did rear brakes on it.
So he's not giving me any information.
The passenger is also tight-lipped.
At what point did you know that vehicle was stolen?
It never occurred to me.
Owner is?
Some lady.
Is there any reason that you guys had it from 4 p.m. this afternoon until all the way now?
Well, we went and got dinner.
I mean, you think about it, like, hey, brakes are done, job's done, return it, you know what I mean? So, hang tight in the back of the car, stay warm for me, okay? Watch your knee, man. They're not making any sense right now. The one guy that was in the driver's seat said that they're fixing the brakes, which I believe, but they finished the brakes at 1600 today, and they haven't returned the car yet. He said that he didn't think it was weird that they kept the car there 10 extra hours. Hi, man, this is Trooper Hayes, Last Day Troopers. How are you?
Hayes contacts the owner, who decides not to press charges.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
But the driver's not off the hook yet.
Right now, we know that both of these gentlemen were driving at one point in the vehicle. We have to go back and figure out if they were intoxicated while they were doing that.
Back at post, troopers administer a breath alcohol test.
They blew .166.
The driver blows twice the legal limit.
So this will be your third DUI?
It's not a third DUI, man. I did not drive the vehicle.
Turns out he's a repeat offender. His most recent DUI conviction was just 3 weeks ago.
You're gonna sit here and say that I was driving, started a vehicle?
I don't want to have to handcuff
Are
you.
you serious?
Okay.
You can handcuff me there all day long.
Sit down.
Don't put your hand around my throat, boy.
You need to
Let me tell you
relax for me, okay?
I drove the vehicle when I started it because I'm a mechanic and I fixed the son of a. That's driving the vehicle. And AlaskaSpaceTroopers.com. Suck that. Whatever.
In the state of Alaska, you can be charged with DUI for being in control of the vehicle. So he was arrested for DUI and he didn't agree with that, but he's the one that decided to go to the vehicle, sit in the driver's seat and start it.
Your.com.
Over 200 miles south in the Matsu Valley, troopers are wrestling a very different foe, Mother Nature.
Oh, good God. Look at the stuff coming down here.
Near-record rains have unleashed massive floods, breaching the banks of nearly every river and stream in the valley.
This is normally just a narrow little spit of water that flows through here. Going to be a danger to the public.
Not just a danger, but a life-threatening crisis. The storm's powerful winds and 2-foot surge have killed the power and stranded thousands of residents.
You can see the pole, it's definitely moving around. They've got a hydraulic arm here holding it up, otherwise the whole entire system would be down in the water. The line is energized, it wouldn't be good.
And the water's still rising. Now, wildlife trooper Jimmy Lindbergh must risk his life to save people who thought they could ride out the storm.
We've had several days of steady rain. The rivers and the creeks and the streams just don't have the ability to handle it all, so they're overflowing their banks. People are either trapped in their homes or they can't get back into them. A lot of people that live up here are extremely independent. That can be a wonderful thing, but with a situation like this could turn bad real quick.
Many residents recklessly cross flooded roadways.
This definitely concerns me. We have no idea if the road is washed out. There could be a 10-foot drop right there. Can't go back now. It's all closed down. This water is moving far too fast.
I understand that, but if I turn around right now, it wouldn't be your responsibility.
It would be if I let you go back through there.
The waters continue rising fast, reaching over 3 feet before Lindbergh's eyes. Suddenly, he gets an urgent call.
In front of a residence on Gina Circle, and they just saw the house floating.
Okay, and you saw the roof floating? Got a report of a house floating down the river. The individual stated he didn't see anybody clinging to the roof or hanging out any of the windows. But we definitely need to check on it if nobody's checked on it yet.
Lindbergh heads downriver, readying himself for the worst. A body recovery.
I understand people don't want to leave their houses and they don't want to leave their property, but it's not worth getting hurt, injured, or losing your life trying to save some of this stuff.
By the time he reaches the house, the raging river has already swallowed it.
God. It looks like it's a roof of a small house or cabin.
But Trooper Lindbergh can't tell if anyone's trapped inside the rising floodwaters.
From this distance, I can't do anything. If there is somebody in there, it doesn't look good.
He heads to the house's foundation to look for signs of life or a body among the debris.
State Trooper! Anyone here?
No answer. The river's taken almost the entire property.
Looks like there was some type of building here. The foundation is left, but you can see, the water was up here. Hello, State Trooper.
1022, got canceled.
Finally, Trooper Lindbergh receives good news. The missing residents managed to escape to higher ground.
My understanding is that these folks left because the water was rising so fast, which was a good thing because their house is out in the middle of the river right now.
But others might not be so lucky.
We received another report of a resident floating down Willow Creek.
NCIC 5E18.
Across the valley, the flood claims a second house. This time, witnesses heard voices coming from the house. Trooper Lindbergh calls fellow wildlife trooper Doug Massey, who's closer to the call.
Hey, Doug, I know you got 1,000 things going on. This is Jim.
I'm on my way up there right now. I'm about mile 60 right now.
Massey races to the home's last reported location as rain continues to pummel the area.
We're just trying to monitor where these structures are going because, they fell in the creek, but possibility's still there that they could, take out a bridge, which could cause a whole new set of problems. Getting people in and out of, evacuation areas. So this is not a good situation.
But Massey's not the first responder on scene.
EMS out here.
And the water rescue dive team's already there as well. This could be a body recovery.
5 weeks, 20 minutes.
Do you guys have people out there right now?
Not yet.
Okay.
But medics can't get across the flooded road to the house.
You guys gonna go play in the water? No?
You want to drive through there? I ain't driving through there.
Is she stuck back there?
We don't know.
They'd better find out fast. If someone's trapped inside the floating house, they don't have much time before it slips away or under.
Like, I can see the bottom.
Yeah, there.
Clear over there. I'll go first.
They can't wait.
We're gonna go for it.
But Massey risks losing control and being swept downriver like a cork.
This is insane. You can tell that it's sloughing off the road just by the way my truck's riding. If I go under, I'm done. We're good. I'm good, yeah.
He barely makes the crossing, only to find a more harrowing scene on the other side.
I got a house underwater over here. A lot of these folks haven't evacuated yet, which is surprising. I see a lot of vehicles that haven't even moved. I mean, you can see the river this is not a good situation. This is wild. Man, what a freaking mess.
He finally reaches the actual river, where a stranded resident frantically waves him down.
You all right? Where's this cabin at? Will my truck cross right there?
Right now, we'll come down where you see my track.
Yeah. Okay.
This man was trying to save his own house from floating away when he saw the flooded cabin downriver.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I was come down here to pump the house out, and my wife's in the fifth wheel up the street. And I look down and I see this cabin. I go, what the hell's that? That's never been there before.
Is that it? Because I see some debris over there.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, jeez. I think that cabin got chewed up. You can see the main beams there with the support brackets. I bet you it hit this bridge and just got demolished.
Massey's doubtful the occupant survived the destruction. But suddenly,
Where do you see him at?
Standing right at that A-frame. You all right? Is that a thumbs up?
the cabin's resident escaped, but is now stranded.
I'm not crossing that without a life jacket on.
The medics and divers finally catch up with Massey.
There is a person across the river kind of waving. They called in?
And they report that another rescue team is heading to the other side to save the man. Now Massey must convince this homeowner to evacuate as well.
Has it gone down a little bit?
No.
It's coming up?
About the time you guys came across, it's rising again.
Not a good place to be right now.
No, I'd pick a better spot.
It's essentially time for us to go.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
Okay.
There's nothing else he can do to save his house.
So is this as bad as it was in 06?
It's worse.
Worse than 06?
Yeah, a lot worse flood. But if you could be here on a sunny day, if you like trout fish, if you ever had 30-inch rainbow on the end, you'd go ahead and pay for it.
The damage is going to be in the millions probably. You know, time will tell. We've got 5 days of rain in the forecast. It could come back, you know, even worse. That's part of the risk, I guess, building and living in these floodplain areas. You always run the risk of losing your house, losing everything.
Alaska State Troopers must confront all types of rage, whether Mother Nature's or man's.
2015, we have a 911 who's in a verbal argument with his wife or girlfriend. Starting to escalate over the phone.
10-4-23. From what I know, they're either ex or soon-to-be exes are having an argument. They're both been drinking and one wants to leave, and now they're both calling 911 on each other.
She took his keys from him. He's mad at email for taking the keys for his mail with hers. Extremely 1056.
A domestic violence call involving alcohol is one of the most volatile a trooper can answer. And this one sent Storia right into the lion's den.
The place we're going to is a local area we go to quite often for a disturbance. Pretty much trooper unfriendly. Anytime you go into somebody's house and then everybody's emotions are flaring, they can get rather angry and might harm us or attempt to harm us. Another trooper's following us there, Trooper Detterman. Something like this comes across the radio. We go with 2 people if we have 2 people available.
23 the area.
The caller's fired up before Storia can put boots on the ground.
Sup? Hey, come on. Hey, yeah. You don't need to be screaming like that. There's little kids around now. Hey.
What'd I do? What'd I do? You wanted me to leave him because some sort of...
Why are you bleeding?
The enraged man may have already come to blows with his ex-wife.
I punched the window trying to get in. Did you break it? Broke my hand.
He was after his car keys, but his ex thought he was too drunk to drive and wouldn't give them to him. That's when he called the troopers, hoping they'd help him get his keys back.
What happened after you punched the window?
I was calling the troopers. I wanted my keys back. I want to get the out of here.
Why'd you take your keys?
Because you didn't like me having a girlfriend.
Now troopers want to know if the incensed man was driving drunk.
You guys been arguing all day?
Got here 5 minutes ago. I came from Eagle River.
From Eagle River?
Yeah.
Yes, you drove here from Eagle River?
He catches on.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's too late.
Tango 34, 1B42, he already admitted to me he just drove here. Hey, bud, here's the deal. We can't have you bleeding like that. We're going to have medics show up just to bandage that up for you, okay?
I don't need medic.
Well, here's the deal.
Fine, dude.
Hey, don't. I understand.
I ain't going to step on you.
All right, but you're getting all aggressive and all angry, okay?
Because I'm pissed off.
I understand, but
I pulled
I'm going to go.
in the driveway to see my kids, and my old lady takes my key.
Hey, just calm down.
Whatever. I'm a tough guy.
Furious, drunk, and bleeding, the man can't be reasoned with. Troopers must keep their guard up.
He is slurring all over the place. He's agitated.
But he says he drove it over here.
He drove over here from Eagle River. She came out, took his keys, because of course he's intoxicated. He punched a window to the house. Then he called 911 and came down this way.
Hey, partner, what's going on today?
Who are you?
I'm Officer Steen with the Troopers Highway Division.
Dude, I just want to get out of here.
Why don't you come with me over here for a couple of minutes? We'll talk here. Come over here by the black one for me.
All right.
Troopers begin field sobriety tests.
Taking any kind of medication? No. Okay, I gotta ask those questions. Over here, face me, please. Okay, face me real quick. If you would, face me. Look at me. You wear any glasses or contact, partner? Can you see my finger right here?
Put me in the car.
Hang on. All right, come here for just a minute. Stand right here in front of the car. Here, face me, please.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
Come
Put me in the car.
Just take me to jail then.
The man refuses to cooperate, so they take him into custody on a litany of charges.
Punched the window. He admitted to it. It's a felony. It's a $600 window. He'll take the 1080, so you get the DUI. He is hammered. I mean, I thought we were going to have to fight him right away. He was agitated.
Okay. I'll go talk to dispatch real quick.
Things are heating up across the state in Fairbanks as well. Sergeant Jess Carson receives an urgent call for help. A woman fears for her life and her husband's.
She's saying that he is going to hurt her if she shows up back home. She goes, ma'am, I am really terrified because I don't know what he's going to do.
Okay, I'll give her a call.
Carson contacts the terrified caller.
What's going on today?
My husband suffers from PTSD and he's been drinking a lot. He's not taking his medication. His state of mind right now is not him. It's not my husband.
Which branch of the military was he in?
He was in the Marines and then he was in the Army. He was a sniper.
A mentally unstable sharpshooter is a skilled and formidable foe, especially if he's well armed.
How many guns do you guys have at your residence?
There's handguns in the basement. There's a rifle, a hunting rifle.
And what exactly has she said to you today?
He said, come near the house and I'm dead. I've already barricaded myself in. He thought I was dangerous. You have no idea. I don't know what he's going to do. He's unpredictable at this point.
Does he know you called us?
No.
Well, let's keep that to yourself right now, and we'll let you know, okay?
Carson can't go it alone on a call this dangerous. He needs a team.
And I'll just follow you. We'll do a normal response. Right now, our primary function is just to calm the situation and assure that somebody doesn't accidentally walk into a dangerous situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him a call and see if he'll come out and talk to us.
Troopers set up a safe distance from the sharpshooter's house and prepare.
Might be easier coming around this way.
Troopers Mao and Weary form a perimeter around the residence, leaving Trooper Carson outgunned with just his pistol to negotiate.
What we're doing now is we're planning for multiple scenarios. One is that I might be making contact with him, so I'm not carrying a long gun with me, but I've got 2 cover officers.
They don't want a shootout, but must assume they're already in the barricaded sniper's crosshairs.
Pretty much have windows facing all directions. We're using our vehicle for concealment.
Trooper Carson attempts to make contact, but the call goes straight to voicemail.
He's not answering his phone at this time. I'm going to text the individual and see if he's willing to talk to me.
It's a waiting game.
27, 2020.
Then,
the individual just texted me back.
the armed ex-Marine sniper finally breaks his silence from inside the residence.
He doesn't want to see us. He asked what we wanted to talk about. I told him that we're concerned that he might want to hurt himself.
Sergeant Carson tries to negotiate a safe ending to the standoff.
I think I'm getting places. So we'll just keep dragging out the conversation until he's more comfortable, and then hopefully he'll come out the front door. I won't add a lot of pressure at this time. I'll just try to have an idle conversation with him.
But the sniper defiantly holds his ground.
He indicated that he's not going anywhere, not without force.
Carson warns his covermen who could be in his crosshairs.
Unit, stand by. The subject's indicating that he's not going anywhere without a fight, that he knows how to fight, and please don't make him defend himself. If you're on the perimeter, stay low so that we don't excite him anymore.
With all signs building toward a shootout, Trooper Carson finally makes the call.
There's not much else we can do. We've had probably 30 texts back and forth, so. Just keeps insisting he's fine. He doesn't really want to see us. Fairbanks 1D7. We're gonna pull out. It's not worth pushing him into a rash decision or placing us in harm's way. I've notified him that we're leaving at this time. Let him know that when he's ready to talk, that he can contact us.
But the man's wife should keep her distance.
My advice to her was that she not go home until he seeks some help or gets some kind of assessment by somebody to make sure that she would be safe around him. In the end, I think we made the best call that we could. She's safe. He sounds like he's seeking some help, and it all will end good.
In the Matsu Valley,
at 10 farm, 1019 that way.
The ending might not be so happy for a repeat offender in trouble again. A call for backup sends Trooper Kevin Vick racing into the unknown.
Yeah, he called for backup, really didn't say what for. The female in the vehicle we've had multiple contacts with as far as drug history and thefts, and we're just trying to get there as fast as possible because we don't know the circumstances.
On scene, troopers fill in Vic about the woman's strange behavior.
When we come in, this car is driving with its door open, with the passenger driving the car. There's nobody in the driver's seat. Come to find out, the girl in the pink is suspended with advisement. The other lady is the owner of the car, knows the other lady didn't have a license, and let her drive over here.
Troopers question the original driver about her odd behavior.
Your eyes are about the size of the end of this pen. When's the last time you used drugs?
I haven't used drugs in a long time.
A long time? What's a long time? 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years? What's a long time to you? A long time to you is different than a long time to me.
Your honesty at this point is important.
She denies any drug use. So Trooper Vic tries to get more information from the vehicle's owner.
Do you know when the last time is that she used?
I don't know. Probably earlier in the afternoon.
You know what she was doing? Like heroin, meth?
Bath salts, I believe.
Bath salts? And did she smoke them, snort them? Snort them.
Bath salts are a synthetic drug that can cause paranoia, hallucinations, and are even implicated in causing cannibalistic attacks. Troopers get permission to search the car and begin digging.
You already searched the main part of the car?
Yeah. Trash can, maybe.
Just looking for anything on top. See if they dumped it in there.
They don't find any bath salts and decide to run field sobriety tests.
Focusing on the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only. Follow my pen with your eyes, please. You gotta follow with your eyes. Okay? Start over. Your head still. Ma'am, track my pen with your eyes.
It's just observing the test. I could tell that she was definitely under the influence of some sort of substance. She had some very obvious signs of impairment.
Her failure lands her in jail.
She claims that she didn't take any of the bath salts. Some of her story is obviously not adding up, but she was arrested for DUI.
450 miles west, Trooper Nick Massey's patrol takes him worlds away from urban troubles. His beat includes the Yupik villages around the town of St. Mary's, a region so remote, some villages are only reachable by boat or plane.
This is the highway for the natives, and this is the highway for the local people.
Every winter, the 2,000-mile Yukon River freezes over, and come the spring thaw, it changes course.
The route of the river changes every season. As the ice builds up and retreats, the channels change all the time. And if you look at the area from the air, you can see where the river has changed course over time. And what's good one week might not be good another week because the river level changes.
So when the weather warms, Massey maps the Yukon's new channels. This year, one of the harshest winters in recent history carved out drastic changes in the river, leaving Massey to explore a completely new section of the Yukon.
This is a new channel for me, but I believe it'll save approximately 7 miles if we take this route. As if this goes through, I've never been on it, I don't know if it's deep enough, but if it goes through, it will save us quite a bit of time. Everything that I come up on through this route is unexpected. We get large waves out here on the Yukon. It tends to be a very rough ride.
The real danger lies below the surface. Unseen sandbars that could violently ground his boat.
The problem with hitting sandbars is that everything stops really quickly. It can be very dangerous if you don't see them coming, and they can be very hard to spot.
If he falls in these 30-degree waters, he could succumb to hypothermia in less than 15 minutes.
I'm going to be taking a hard corner. Here we go.
After a tense 60-mile journey, Massey makes it safely through the channel and makes a pit stop at Marshall.
How's it going, guys?
A surprise welcoming party greets the trooper.
Good to see you again. Thank you.
I put in a letter of accommodation for you.
You're kidding me.
No. And I typed up the letter, and I gave it to the president of the Marshall TC for you.
Holy cow. Thank you.
No, thank you.
I appreciate it.
We had a community health aid practitioner who went out to drain his boat, and he fell overboard. And they had a search and rescue for him. We haven't found him. Trooper Massey came up the slough to look for him on his personal time, and he found him.
Passed through this spot right here, I saw the body of the missing person floating in the river. And we believe that he fell overboard accidentally and unfortunately wasn't able to swim and wasn't wearing a life jacket. We think that that would have saved his life.
Use the light.
According to native Yupik tradition, Trooper Massey now holds a special place in the community as the light.
Well, every day we had elders telling us that the deceased will see a specific person, and this person will glow bright as a light, and he is the one that wants that person to find him. That's his boat right there, actually.
It was surprising to me when I came across the body and recovered him that it really meant a lot to the community, and it's given me the chance to be viewed as someone who's not just here to arrest people, who's here to bring people home.
Over 500 miles northeast in Fairbanks.
Fairbanks 25. Do we have a plate on that ready?
Trooper Brian Haley gets a tip about a dangerous driver parked at a dump site getting trashed.
We just got a report saying that there was an older model red vehicle and the driver was just kind of hanging out in the driving seat, swigging on some vodka. It's kind of weird to be drinking vodka in the middle of a transfer site at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Obviously, they would have had to plan on leaving somehow.
Haley hopes to catch the driver before she hits the road or anyone on it.
10-4, I located the vehicle. My name's Trooper Haley with Class A Troopers. Do you have your license, the registration for the vehicle, and any kind of proof of insurance on you?
And then here's for the...
Okay. Do you remember what I asked you for?
That's all I got.
Okay, well, this looks like this is a PIN number for a debit card, and this is a...
That's my bank card.
Okay, and this is a certificate of marriage.
That's with my husband.
Have you guys been having anything to drink today?
Yes, I have.
Okay, how much did you have to drink today?
It was vodka, like this, on a couple glasses.
So, how did you guys get here today?
Oh, because my husband got us here. Didn't walk nothing.
So, your husband drove you in this car here?
Yeah, and I've just been filming just different situations with, you know, I guess a lot of people that are doing without.
I'm a little confused by that last thing you told me.
Our life is not just exactly what you call normal.
The driver's drunk, and neither she nor her passenger has a valid driver's license. If either of them gets behind the wheel, it's the fast lane to jail.
If you're looking for stuff that people are dropping off, that's completely fine with me. My concern is how much you were drinking and how you're getting out of here when you leave today.
Well, my husband got me here.
So when your husband comes and picks you up, what do you guys do with the car?
He drives it home.
Okay, so how does he get here?
He gets here with his friends and stuff.
Trooper Haley's not clear how this pair of dumpster divers plans to get home.
Fairbanks 25.
But they haven't put the key in the ignition, so Haley lets them go.
For whatever reason this car moves and you're the one behind the driver's seat, you're gonna go to jail for driving on a revoked license and for DUI, okay? And if this car even turns on, you can be arrested for DUI. We're gonna be in the area, okay? So make sure you guys get that sober right here.
Yes, sir.
But Haley doesn't believe their story and stakes out the dump.
We're gonna just kind of hang out in the area, and if we catch her driving, she's definitely going to jail tonight. Hopefully she wasn't lying and has a sober ride coming, but kind of doubting it.
And it doesn't take long.
Just saw it moving, so let's see if we can catch her coming out of here. Fairbanks 25, 1036.
But the woman isn't driving. It's her passenger, and his license is revoked.
So what's going on, guys? I thought you weren't driving.
I wasn't, but I was trying to get her vehicle home for her.
All right, but you don't have a license either.
Well, it was the only way. Was that or nothing. Leave her sitting there.
Or calling somebody else who has a driver's license?
The woman's in the van behind him.
Oh, you guys were up there too, right?
He was up there, yeah.
I thought your husband was picking you up.
Yeah, but he wanted to have the jump on it.
He's not showed up or nothing.
Haley runs the driver's name through dispatch, and it turns out he has more to worry about than driving without a license.
On parole for burglary 1 and theft 3. Not to consume or possess alcohol. Curfew requesting a PBT and a search of the vehicle.
10-4. We're gonna just see if we can get another unit to start heading this way too. Being that we have 3 people in that vehicle behind and this guy here. You just never know what could happen. Somebody could kind of freak out a little bit.
Backup arrives, and Haley moves in.
All right, you know that you're on parole, right? Okay, why don't you go and step out of the vehicle for me? Let's go and walk to the front of my car, okay?
He searches the vehicle and turns up more bottles.
You used one of these before, right?
Yep.
Gonna give me a long, deep breath and long, constant blow, okay? Blow, 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 blow. Okay. Fairbanks 25, like PBT 111. Thought you said you weren't drinking today.
I lied.
You lied? Why would you do that? He was intoxicated, so he ended up getting arrested for DUI, for a parole violation, and also for driving without a license. It's amazing what some people think they can get away with.
Just off south central Alaska, one of Alaska's world-famous fisheries is open for business, putting Trooper David Chapin on notice.
Katchimack Bay, Lower Cook Inlet, commonly referred to as the halibut fishing capital of the world. A lot of big trophy fish caught in this area.
Every year, fishermen pull an average of 8 million halibut from these waters. These flat bottom dwellers can weigh up to 500 pounds, and at $22 a pound, they can tempt fishermen to harvest more than their fair catch. And Trooper Chaffin must be ready for anything.
If something comes up over there and we need a long gun, it's better to have it than not, you know.
He heads out in an unmarked boat so he can hide in plain sight among the violators.
A majority of the public doesn't know this boat yet, and so we look just like some guys going out sport fishing. Easy to find violations in this one.
But half the battle is simply fighting the treacherous Alaskan waters.
The wind seems to be picking up. It can get pretty hairy. You're looking at 6+ feet seas, you know, winds 40+ knots. You get into certain areas where you got some pretty significant tide rips that they'll tear a boat up.
A few miles out, he finds the first group of anglers.
Do you guys all have your sport fish licenses on you? Yep. All right, be safe, guys. 5. Perfect.
Not long into his patrol, he spots his first violation. This boat has too many lines in the water, giving it an unfair advantage.
They should only have one line in the water.
Chaffin approaches cautiously. The lines are the least of his worries.
Commercial fishermen and sport fishermen carry guns all the time. The sport halibut fishermen carry them to incapacitate the bigger fish. Guys carry them for self-defense, so. It's one line per person.
Put the odds on our side.
Right. Do me a favor, reel up these 2 lines.
They won't get away with just a warning. They're looking at $110 in penalties for sport fishing with more than one line.
Any firearms on board?
Pardon?
Any guns on board? Okay.
Yeah, I do have. I got a handgun in here.
Where's it at? Without grabbing it. Just so I know. I'm gonna go ahead and cast off, and I'll just bring your stuff right back to you, okay?
Chaffin keeps a watchful eye as he writes the citation.
In most circumstances, I don't like tying off to a suspect in the first place because it sort of limits your escape options. They know they're getting citations, and you know people get antsy when they're in trouble sometimes. You can't tell what they're thinking.
Luckily, the encounter ends without incident.
All right, be safe, guys.
Oh yeah, is it like Alaska's deadliest troopers or something? No way.
Hopefully not deadliest.
But before Chaffin can finish his patrol, he gets an emergency call from the Coast Guard about a potential ghost boat, unmanned and unsafe.
Heavy 28, so balance went around. It broke loose and is drifting. We're attempting to locate the owner.
10-4. The Coast Guard asked for trooper assistance in contacting the owner of a vessel. Apparently, this guy's boat is adrift over in Jackaloff Bay, about to run aground.
The Coast Guard tries to reach the boat's registered owner.
I haven't been able to get a hold of her yet to do a wellness check to verify that isn't on board and having some like medical issues. I just want to make sure there's nobody on board.
Yeah.
Medical care.
And we'll get on board and make sure that there's no one in trouble.
Over 50 commercial fishermen die on the job in the U.S. each year. And with no word from the owner, The drifting boat is an ominous sign.
Certainly a concern that someone might be on board and incapacitated. It's easy to get hurt when you're working on boats. I would bet that's it, because that one looks like it's almost aground.
Chaffin catches up with the boat in a rocky bay.
Hello, state troopers! Hello, state troopers! Anyone on board? If there's anyone on board, speak to me now! Hello, state troopers!
No sign of life.
Is anyone on board? Our main concern and their main concern is that someone might be, on the boat, injured or worse. No one likes finding bodies. State troopers, anyone on board? State troopers, anyone on board? It's open.
An unlocked cabin door usually means the skipper's still aboard.
State troopers, anyone on board? If there's anyone on the vessel, speak to me now. It's all clear. No one home. There's no one on board, no one in danger. It's nice to know that he's not here and hurt. It'll be better to know where he's actually at.
He contacts the Coast Guard,
Chaffin with the wildlife troopers down here in Homer,
who has finally located the skipper a few towns over. He'd anchored his boat in the bay a week earlier, but a recent storm with 6-foot waves and gusts of wind ripped it from its mooring.
Yeah, it's dragging anchor. I imagine that the next big tide is probably going to run right into these rocks that are behind it.
Hopefully, the captain will get to it in time to save it from going under. For Chaffin, it's just another reminder of the unforgiving waters and untamed wilds that he encounters every day as an Alaska State Trooper.